Hello friends, good morning all of you, and let's start today for CIP. I hope that all of people are doing nice with your communication, English communication, as well as your preparation. So soon we people are going to be here physically. So we are excited to be in the class. Okay. Uh, so with this, we people have started tenses in previous session. So maybe in today's session, we people will try to complete all tenses because whatever the various things we people have discussed, they're same for all tenses. Now you just need to understand that what are the uses and how you can just use those different sentences in your writing or maybe in your, let's say, uh, speaking, oral communication. Okay, so I hope that all students might have joined, but I can still see from both divisions only 83 students have joined. So that is not wise. All you people are expected to join in time. Okay, so it shouldn't be like this that I have enabled waiting room so that I can understand those who are going to join in time and those who are not going to join in time. Okay, so without much time, let's begin. I will share the screen. So just 1 minute. Okay, all right. So let's continue. So I can see Diksha Sasane, Sonali Sutar, Gargi Pradeep, Jivan Koi, Poonam Patole, Khushi Dhotre. These students are not joining on time. So next time these people have to take care so that you people are not kept in a waiting room. Okay, so first 5 minutes I'm going to wait. But if you are not going to join after 5 minutes also, so that will not be okay. So all of you just take note of it. If you remember in previous lecture, what we people have done? We people have done with simple present tense. We people have done with present continuous tense also, as per what I remember. So someone just reply me that if my voice is audible to you and screen is visible, so that I can ensure.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Okay, all right. Thank you all of you for responding. So what we people will do now, we people will talk about present perfect tense. We'll try to understand when, where, how we people can use present perfect tense and present perfect continuous also. So let's try to understand in present perfect tense what happens. That actions in this tense, they are just completed, they are finished. But what happens that the impact of that present tense or that action is still on the present time. Okay, so therefore we people consider it in present perfect tense. Otherwise, if the actions they are completed, they may go into past. Okay, so therefore we people will just try to consider though actions are completed, but the impact of that action is still on the present time, and so therefore they are considered in present perfect tense. Okay, so that you people have to understand. So any action which is completed, that will be in present perfect tense.
Hello, sir.
Ah, yes, Nikita.
So the action is not completed now.
In present perfect, action is completed. For example, you can, we'll take one example and we'll try to understand. Can you tell me one example, Nikita?
So we have learned technical education.
We have learned English. Did you say English?
What, sir?
We have learned what? Next, I could not get.
Technical education.
Okay, so this is your sentence. So when we just speak, we have learned. So here action is complete. Okay, action is complete. We have learned. Here action of learning is complete. Any action you when you consider in present perfect, that time it is complete. But I was talking about the impact of that action. Impact is still there. Impact is right now is also there. Okay, so therefore at that time we people have to consider such actions which have completed, but we should not consider them into past. They are in present. Why they are in present? Because their impact is still on the present situation. So whatever it may be, you can consider other examples also here, and you just try to understand. When we say we have learned technical education, it means that your learning of that technical education is complete now. Okay, and the impact of that learning technical education is still there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Nikita. So that is used first of all, and we'll try to just see how people can use them in active voice. So in active voice, what happens? Sentences normally they will come like this. Subject will come there. Then we people have to use have and has. Okay. So use of have and has will decide your subject. If your subject is singular, what you people will use? Have or has?
Has.
Has. Yes, you're right. Okay, and if your subject is plural, you people are going to use have. But there is exception. If your pronoun I is there, in that case you people will consider that pronoun I is singular, but after that we people use have. Nobody will say I has. Okay, so that you people will take care. Then we people are going to think about main verb. So main verb will be always in which form? In present tense, present perfect tense?
V3.
V3, yes, that is we call it past participle, or we call it V3 also. And then there is object or maybe complement or remaining part of the sentence. Such kind of sentences you people will see in active voice. So example given by Nikita will come, subject is we pronoun, then have, we people have chosen have. Why? Because we is plural, so have. We cannot say we has, so we have. Then main verb is learn, but past participle we people can use learn, learned, learned, or you can use ed also. Both will be right. Learn, L-E-A-R, and ed also you people can use. Okay, so that is past participle, and then here is that object. So these kind of sentences are in active voice, and you people can consider there could be passive voice also. Yes, there can be passive voice of such sentences. So in the beginning we people will write object for such things. Then you people are going to use again have and has here also. So this have and has will be now according to your object. Okay, this have and has according to subject, this have has will be according to your object. Then you people are going to add been here. Okay, and then your main verb will be in which form here again?
V3.
V3 always. Remember, in passive voice of any tense, verb is always in V3 form, and then by, and there at the end there will be subject, something like this. Okay, so can anyone tell me one example of passive voice? You can choose different, not necessarily same you have to make passive. You can tell me other example which is in passive voice, which is in present perfect.
They have won the match.
Okay, this is one sentence. So this is an active or passive?
Active.
Yes, it is an active. So how you can tell me into passive?
The match has been won by them.
Okay, the match has been won by them. So this will be a passive voice. But here I would like to tell you that many of the times what happens that we people get confused with this passive of present perfect tense and present perfect continuous tense. What happens? Another example I will give. Okay, so this is one example. So what happens here also, you'll see what is here? Has been, and then here is one. Here also you'll come to know has been, but now here VING is there. So don't get confused of passive voice in present perfect tense with present perfect continuous tense. This is the next tense that we people are going to learn. But I have given here to understand, because here also has been, here is also has been. But here we have V3, here we have VING. So you should be clear with this is not present perfect, but this is present perfect. Okay. So next time we people will talk about this tense. Now you people tell me, I think that not necessary, but we'll just try to have few examples. Not you people can already add not. They have won the match. They have not won the match. Simple like this. The match has been won by them. The match has not been won by them, like this. So we'll just make it verbal question. Tell me verbal question of this sentence. They have won the match. Verbal question. Verbal question will begin with helping verbs. So which is helping verb here? Have is helping verb. So you have to begin with have. Verbal question. Okay, I will begin with have. Then what will come?
They.
They. Simply that will be your verbal question. Okay, similar you can make of this also. The match has been won by them. Has the match been won by them? So your tone will change when you are just using. If it is statement, the match has been won by them. If it is question, has the match been won by them? So your tone changed. It became interrogative. It became verbal question. Okay, you can make WH question also, where you are going to get answer the match. Tell me, you are getting answer the match. How you can make a WH question? You are going to get answer what? The match.
What have they won?
Okay, first of all will be what. Yes, what. After WH word, immediately you people have to use helping verb. So you people are going to use what have
They
and
won.
then yes. So that will become your WH question. So these kind of things you people just try to use it. I hope that this is simple and all you people are getting it. There is no any confusion. If any confusion is there, you people just be alert that if you're not understanding, you people have to ask me, sir, you're teaching us, but I'm not getting it. I'm not understanding it. So please tell it again so that it will be useful. Otherwise, simply just getting connected and just attending lecture for 1 hour, that will not be okay. If you're not understanding, you just try to bring it to my notice. So I can see right now 100 students have joined from both divisions. So all of you, it is important, important for your communication, important for your competitive exams, important for your own communication development. So therefore, get it clear. All
Okay,
right.
sir.
So, hi, yes, Nikita.
So what you said about interrogative, something about that last sentence.
What have they won? This one?
No, the last one.
The match has been won by them.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So this is the passive voice of this sentence, and sentences in passive voice will come like this: have, has been, and V3 here, as rightly we people have said in that structure. Okay. So object, then have or has, then been, and then V3 that we people use in passive voice. But what happens? We get confused with present perfect continuous. That the example which I have given, she has been playing cricket, something like this. So here also we get confused with has been. Here is also has been, and here is also has been. But main difference is of main verb. Here main verb is in which form? That is in V3. Okay, and here main verb, it is not in V3, it is in VING. So therefore we have to be clear if it is, and here again subject is in the beginning. Who is performing action here? She is performing some action. In the same way, you'll come to know about match. Does match do any kind of action? No. Action is done by whom? Them. Okay, so subject is at the end. So that is the difference between passive voice and active voice. So the sentence is in passive, it means that object in the beginning and it does not do anything. In active voice, subjects come in the beginning and it performs action. So here she is doing something. Okay, so therefore has been is here also, has been here is also, but here it is V3, here it is VING. Here subject is at the end and object is in the beginning. Here subject is in the beginning, it is performing some action, and object is at the end. That is what I'm just telling, Nikita.
Sir, what about its interrogative sentence?
This one,
Huh.
last one, she has been playing cricket. About this one.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if it is interrogative, first of all, we'll talk about let's say verbal question. Okay, so for verbal question, we people need to use helping verb. So which is helping verb here? Has. So has will come in the beginning. Then we people have to use subject. What is subject? She. Then remaining part of verb, that is been, and then playing cricket will be as it is.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that became your verbal question. And if you wanted to make a WH question can be with who also. So you can begin with who has been playing cricket. Or if you wanted to get answer as a cricket, it will begin with what? What has been she playing? You'll get answer cricket like this.
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. So that's all about present perfect. I will not go much deeper also. So is it clear? Should we go to next tense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So all of you people, it is not only Nikita, not only few students who are responding. I expect that here, if it is 100 students should feel that yes, I'm understanding. And if you're not able to understand, dare to ask a question. If you feel that asking question in the entire class will not be okay for me, you can ask me afterwards also, separately also, or at the end of session also. Anytime you can ask me. Okay, fine. So now we'll switch to the next tense here, and next tense will be now present perfect continuous. Okay, so in this case, you'll understand that here the action is not complete. Earlier, action was complete. For present perfect tense, it is action complete. But right now, action is incomplete. Okay, it is in progress, it is going on. Okay, and then we'll talk about use now. When should we use these tenses? Action started in the past. Okay, and it is going on in the present. In such cases, try to understand what is the case. Action started in the past, but right now it is going on. At this moment, it is going on. So again, here also, don't get confused with present continuous tense. In present continuous, what kind of actions we describe? We describe actions which are going on right now. But in present perfect continuous, what is the case? Here, action started in the past and it is going on right now. At this moment, action is going on. For such actions, we people use present perfect continuous tense. I hope that it is clear to you. Are you clear with use?
Yes.
And
Yes, sir.
you're clear with present continuous tense also, and you're clear with present perfect continuous tense also. Then we people will talk about now examples. Can you tell me one example? We'll not go to the structure immediately. Yes, Nikita.
They have been inculcating us.
They have been inculcating. What is the last part? Inculcating
Us, sir. You, yes, us.
ourselves.
Okay, ourselves.
Okay, we'll take. They have been inculcating values. We will take here values. Okay, so something
Yes,
like
sir.
this. Okay, fine. So here you'll come to know usually time is denoted. I will not use full stop here. Time is denoted with since. Okay, or sometimes it is for, sometimes it is uh, okay, since and for. Usually you'll come to know that when action started or for how long. For shows period and since shows when action started. Okay, if it is for, in that case you'll come to know for 10 years, for let's say 5 years. And if it is since, then the time of beginning of action. For example, since let's say 5 days. You can take any other example. You can take any other period also. Since Monday, since Tuesday, since January, since something like this. So here you people have to understand whenever there is present perfect continuous tense. So that time, usually after that, time indicating words or phrases are used. It can be with since, it can be for also. For shows period, since shows beginning of that action. Okay, so something like that. Another simple example we'll take. It has been raining since morning. So in this case, you'll come to know the act of raining when it started in the morning. So right now it may be afternoon, right now it may be evening also, right now it may be midnight also, right now it may be, let's say, another day also. Okay, but you'll come to know action started in the past and it is going on right now. So action right now, it is also raining. Rain has not stopped yet. Okay, so in such cases you people can use it. And then we people will talk about its structure, something like this. Sentences will be always in active voice here. We do not change present perfect continuous tenses into passive voice. So in the beginning you people are going to use subject, then we people are going to use have or has, depending upon your subject, whether it is singular, whether it is plural. If it is singular, you'll use have. If it is plural, you are going to use have. And then here you people are going to use been. Then your main verb will be in ing form, and then remaining part of sentence, it can be object, it can be anything else. Okay, and you people can think of the different structures. It has been raining since morning. You wanted to make it negative. It has not been raining since morning. You can make it verbal question. Has it been raining since morning? You wanted to ask someone. Okay, so it can be has it been, or you can ask a question with negation also. Hasn't it been raining since morning? Something like this. I hope that that's all about present perfect continuous tense. We do not make it passive.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Nikhil.
Sir, it hasn't or it has not, which is perfect to use grammatically.
Both are right. When you are just saying it has not, usually I think that in writing we people use has not, and you can use in oral. In oral form, you can use contraction form like this with apostrophe hasn't. Both are right. Grammatically, both are right. But in writing, it has not, and in oral, you can say it hasn't. I think that in previous session also we talked about contraction forms, aren't, doesn't, with all helping verbs, don't, and
Yes, sir.
everything is right. Don't think that has not is grammatically correct. But in writing, you prefer has not. Okay, if you're writing. And in your oral communication, if you're going to say hasn't, it's okay. And if you're going to say in oral, it has not, that is also okay. So, and there is not a hard and fixed rule about this contraction form. All right, other people, I hope that it is clear to you. With this, we are going to move towards immediately to the past tense. If it is clear to you, just say yes, no, something.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So let's go to the past tense. Here we people have done with present tense. In past, we people will go for simple past. Okay, so in simple past, we'll try to understand first of all its use. So what happens with simple past? Here actions they have completed and its impact is in the past, not in present. For such actions, we people use simple past. Okay. In present perfect, I have told you that actions are completed, but its impact is still there in the present. So they are in present perfect. But in simple past, actions they have completed. Remember, actions they are completed. But their impact is not right now. And usually it is with some, let's say, past time. Past time, I mean that yesterday, last month, last year, such words you people can use in simple past. Okay. So that is the use. You need not to think much about the simple past, but it is used. It is mostly used tense: simple present, simple past, and simple future. These three tenses we people use a number of times. We people need to use again and again in our oral and written communication. Everywhere we people need to use these tenses. Okay. Now we people will talk with one example. So can anybody tell me one example?
She read instructions.
Okay. So in this case, you'll come to know she read instructions. You might tend to consider it in present. Is it in present? If it would have in simple present tense, what would be there? If it would have been in simple present, then how it would have been?
She read.
She read instructions and she read instructions. Do you mean the same sentence can be in simple present and can be in simple past?
Yes, sir.
Here, can anyone have any better idea, insight over this? If
She
it is,
reads instructions.
she reads. You mean he reads?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So the minute difference, subtle, that if it would have been in simple present, you'll come to know that subject is your third person singular, and in that case it becomes she reads, not she read. So difference is only yes, but it changes from simple present to simple past. Okay, I hope that all of you understand. All right. So she read instructions. So that is in simple past. So you may consider here it is not given any time referring phrase. Maybe she read instructions half an hour ago, or 1 hour ago, or let's say two hours before, or yesterday she read instructions yesterday, something like this. Time referring words are given used. But if it is not used, even then also we people understand that this sentence is in simple past. Why? Because this is in verb is in past tense. Okay, now people will talk about structure. So here we people will talk both structure, active voice. So usually subject, then what will come after subject?
Wait.
Wait.
Yes, main verb, but main verb will be in second form of past tense, and then object.
Oh.
Okay, so now all of you people just be alert, aware about the structure, because I have given you structure. I have given you one example also. Now I'm going to give you few examples like this. And you people have to tell me. So what is your opinion about these sentences, about tense? He was a leader. She had a pet. They were fast friends. What do you consider?
Simple past.
Simple past. Yes, you're right. And you do not consider only this structure, because here we people have discussed what? V2. That V2 is main verb, but here was is not any action verb and it is used as main verb. And if it is was, you may simply get confused with past continuous also, because in past continuous again people use was and were, but with that was and were there is VING form. Okay, but here no main verb, no VING, so that is in simple past. Same here also, she had a pet indicates that it is in the past, simple past, and after had there is no any main verb which shows any action, but had itself is a main verb, and so this is in simple past. Here also same, you people can consider where is used as main verb, and after where there is no any VING, so you don't consider it as past continuous. So these are examples also which are in simple past, and they can be again negative also. He was not a leader. She, here you people can make negative like this also, like this. She did not have a pet. You'll come to know she did not have a pet. That is also in simple past, which is negative. So this is negative of this sentence. She had a pet. She did not have a pet. Okay. We were fast friends. They were fast friends. They were not fast friends. Something like this. Okay, I hope that you might have got it. Now we'll talk about the sentences can be into passive also. So we'll make it passive. So in passive, we begin with object in the beginning. Then what will be there after object? Not getting your voice. To be's forms. To be's forms in the past. Which are? Was, were. You people have to use one as per your object. Remember, if your object is singular, you people will use was. If your object is plural, you people are going to use were. Okay. Then there is going to be main verb. Now tell me, verb in passive voice in any tense, in which form? V3. Then your by and maybe subject will be at the end. Okay. So now you people, someone just tell me what will be the passive of this sentence.
Instructions were read by her.
You're right. Instructions were. Now instructions is plural, so you cannot choose instructions was. Okay. Instructions is plural, so where. Then we people are going to use V3. So what is V3 of read? It is same. Read. You people have to just say read, but spelling is same. Read, 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 read. So where read, and then by and her. So this will be passive. And now you can think of this, you can make it negative. So she read instructions. She read instructions. How you're going to make it negative? Tell me.
She did not read instructions.
She did not read instructions. So that is going to be negative sentence. Can you make it verbal question? Who will make it verbal question? She read instructions. She read instructions.
Didn't she read instructions?
Okay, it can be a positive or negative. Did she read instructions? Or didn't also. You people can make positive or negative also. I hope that you people are getting it. And here similar, she instructions were read by her. You can make it instructions were not read by her. You can make it interrogative also. For making interrogative, first of all helping verb, then object, then main verb, and at the end something like that. Where instructions read by her, something like this. So is it clear with simple past?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So all types of active voice, passive voice, interrogative, verbal, again question tag, whatever it may be, you people are going to get it very clear. And remember, when you're alone and just thinking about your English, so that time you people can keep thinking. Take one example. For example, you can take one example of this for any verb, and you just try to make different kinds of variety of sentences. She read instructions. It is in past, simple past. Okay, how I can make it negative? How I can make it affirmative? How I can make it verbal question, WH question? So this practice will lead your thinking, and alone you will start speaking. And once you're confident about, yes, I can make some sentences about some topics, then you can express them. So speaking English gradually develops like this. Your thinking should start in English. So you can take one word, you can take one verb, you can start making sentences. And again, afterwards, if you're able to make sentences, try to relate those sentences to one topic and try to express your views. Earlier, you can be alone, you're speaking loudly, and then afterwards you can come with your friends, you can come in front of your, let's say, batch or something, like in front of class also. So this way you people just try to speak English, and that requires practice. Don't be right now, if you're practicing, that is okay, but that practice has to be kept going on, maybe every day before going sleep. At the time of, let's say, before going to sleep, you are revising. Today I will just all tenses, one example, one verb I will take, I will convert all these sentences into all types of tenses. Something like this, you keep practicing. That is going to help you. There is no any secret, there is no any formula, there is no any other way that can help you to improve your English. And that is for bringing your accuracy. Right now, if you're speaking, don't think much about simple past, simple present. Anyway, you express your thoughts and ideas, and later on think whether I spoke right verb or whether I made a mistake. If I made a mistake, which was it, and how I can correct it, and next time I will speak it better. So this way you people can improve yourself. Okay, so that was all about simple past. Then we'll go to the past continuous. Okay, in past continuous, now I would like to tell you action is incomplete. Okay, action is incomplete, and we just get information that it was going on. It was just going on. What happened with that action, we did not get much, but you'll come to know that it was going on. And remember that in past continuous, usually it has combination of simple past and past continuous. Okay, or sometimes you'll get combination of past continuous and past continuous also. Okay, so this kind of combination you'll come to know in past continuous. Okay, and now we'll talk about example. Can you tell me one example of past continuous? Then we'll go for structure.
It was consisting of different parts.
Okay, so sort of this. It was consisting of different parts. So we people have to just identify immediately verb. Our tense will be based on verb only. So what is verb in this sentence? Was consisting. So here what will people use when helping verb? That is was. Then main verb is consist, and we people have used with ing. So with this, now we'll talk about the structure, and it can be in active and passive both. So first of all, active voice. So subject will come in the beginning. After subject, to be forms in the past, which are they? Was and were. Okay, then we people are going to use main verb. Main verb is going to be in which form? It is going to be in ing.
Okay.
Yes, and then object will be like this. We'll take one. She was playing games. Simple like this. Okay, and sentences can be into passive voice also. So if we wanted to use it in passive, how it is going to be? Who will tell me? Passive structure. In the beginning, we'll write object, then
Being.
was and were. That people are going to use. Remember, in active voice, was and were is going to be according to your subject. If your subject is singular, you people will use was. If your subject is plural, you people will use were. Now in passive voice, your was and were will be decided based on your object. If your object is singular, you people are going to use was. If your object is plural, you people are going to use were. Okay, after that, there is VING. So what do people will use here? What will you use?
V3.
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 Don't know.
But before making it V3, you
Being.
people will need to use being. Yes, you're right, Krishna. And now your main verb, and that main verb will be in V3 form, and then your by and subject will be at the end, something like this. And now tell me, she was playing games, passive of this. What will be?
Games were being played by her.
Yes, games were being played by her. So this is passive. Okay, so you can consider multiple examples here. Try to make it interrogative, assertive, negative, question tag, and whatnot. She was playing cricket. She was not playing games. Okay, was she playing games? Wasn't she playing games? Okay, games were being played by her. Were games being played by her? Weren't games being played by her? Like this. Okay. Any question with past continuous?
No, sir.
Then we'll go for past perfect here. Okay. So in case of past perfect, all of you people just try to understand that action has taken place long time back, or let's say its impact is in the past only, and actions are completed. In past perfect, actions are completed, and again, I would like to tell you it is combination of two tenses, that is simple past and past perfect. Usually sentences will come like this. You'll not see separate, isolated past perfect sentences. You'll not see. You'll see usually there are two actions take place. Usually there are two actions. Okay. And in that two actions, what happens? The action which take earlier, or we'll call it first action. So first action will be into past perfect, and second action will be in simple past. Something like this. You'll come to know. Separate past perfect examples we will consider here. We can study also, but in your reading you will come to know that past perfect sentences are with simple past, and in that also there are two actions which take place. Maybe consecutive actions are there, one after another they take place, and out of these two actions, first action will be described in past perfect, and second action will be there in which is in simple past. We'll take one example. Can you tell me one example of past perfect?
She had arranged a program.
Okay. So this is one sentence. Usually, as this kind of example, I can add here like this. When she was a student, sentence will be like this. Okay, but right now we are going to consider this much only. She had arranged a program. Okay. Subject, structure, then had is there, compulsory had is there, singular, plural, whatever subject is there, had is going to be there. Then main verb is going to be always in past participle V3, and object. Okay, in passive people will write object in the beginning, then you are going to use same had, but here you people have to remember now here it is been, and then your main verb will be in past participle, and then your by and subject will be at the end. Okay, so she had arranged a program. We can make it passive like this. A program had been arranged. Sentence can be this also. A program had been arranged. If required, then can be by or something like this. You people may consider it. And in short, we people, I think that how much time is left? Last 10 minutes are there. So in short, we people will talk here past perfect continuous also. Okay, so in past perfect continuous and present perfect continuous, you may be having some confusion. So in present perfect continuous, I have told you what that action started in the past and it was going on right now also at this moment. In past perfect continuous, you'll come to know action started when? In the past. And it was going on in the past. So that is the difference between present perfect continuous and past perfect continuous. Again, try to understand. When action started in the past and it is going on right now, that will be present perfect continuous. Action started in the past and it was going on in the past. So that time it will be past perfect continuous. Here actions are incomplete. Okay, in past perfect continuous tense, actions are incomplete. We do not know what happens with that action, whether it completed, it did not complete. We don't know. We don't have any idea. And someone just tell me one example of past perfect continuous tense.
I had been painting the picture.
I had been painting.
There's painting, sir.
Yes, yes. Well, typing, because right now I'm just typing. So sometimes maybe somewhere here also, you may find some spelling mistakes. You just try to bring it to my notice. If you found somewhere, you just try to bring it to my notice. I had been painting a picture. Okay. So this is one sentence. Here also you'll come to know that the time reference is given. Time reference is given with the words, again same words can be used like this: since or for. But you'll come to know after since or after for, the time which is used, it is long back. For example, I had been painting a picture since last year, something like this. So here you have to be very clear what reference you wanted to give it, whether you wanted to use it in present perfect continuous tense or past perfect continuous tense. Okay, so you'll come to know that for or since last year, for let's say 2 years, for 3 years, that time span is long ago. People have to understand, which is completely in the past. Such time references will be given in past perfect continuous tense. And in present perfect continuous, since 2 days, since 1 year, since last year, again that can be used here. And you people will come to know that that action which is right now, it is going on. Here action, it was going on. We did not know, we do not know what happened with that picture, whether it is painted or whether it was not painted, but action, it was going on. I had been painting a picture. And here we will not have passive voice. For past perfect continuous also, we will not have passive voice. Okay, any questions? If not, then I'm going to take attendance. All you people just be in one common format so that all can be with sequence, so that I can mark your attendance within less span, within short span. So division A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is not same. 6, 7 is not same. 8, 9 is not there. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 is not there. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 is not there. 24, 25, 26, 27 is not there. 28, 29, 30, 31 is not there. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37 is absent. 38, 39 absent. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56 absent. 57, 58, 59, 60 absent. 61, 62, 63 absent. 64, 65 absent. 66, 67, 68. 69 and 70 absent. I can see here someone who is what? A5. Khushi, is it audible, Khushi? You have to rename yourself in a common format, which you did not, so you appear at the end. Then A56, who is this A56? Yashraj. You are also not following common format. Abhijit Surshitwar, A63. So this time, I think that last time I have told you, if still the same problem is there, next time your attendance will not be marked because I'm going to count that much only. Again, I can see someone with Android Blue Droid. Who is this Android Blue Droid? Please rename, if you wanted to mark your attendance, please rename yourself or unmute and speak or send me into chat box also. Khushi, no, instead of sending into chat box, you have to rename yourself in a common format. All students are following, you have to follow that. Android Blue Droid, please rename yourself, send me attendance into chat box or unmute and speak. So from division A, you people can see absent numbers are roll number 7, 9, 14, 23, 27, 31, 37, 39, 55, 59, 60, 65, 69, and 70. So these are absent numbers from division A. Is it clear? Division A?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Now division B, all of you just be alert. Roll number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is not there from division B. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 and 17 absent. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 absent. 30, 31, 32 absent. 34 absent. 36 absent. 38 absent. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44 absent. 46 absent. 47 absent. 51, 52 absent. 54, 55 absent. 57, 58, 59 absent. 66 absent. 69 absent. B34, Harshad Bansode, you are not following this common format. Again, I will tell that
Hello?
this will be, who is speaking this? Who is this?
Harshad.
Harshad. You have to rename yourself like this, division B underscore 2-digit roll number, then underscore and your first name. This time I will mark your attendance. Next time you have to take care.
Okay.
So Yash sir, some students are in waiting room because of network problem. So let me see. I can understand who are having network problem because yes, Prasad, Shresh first time joining, Sudarshan first time joining. Okay, so from division B, absent numbers. Roll number 5, 16, 17, 27, 28, 31, 32, 36, 41, 42, 43, 44, 46, 47, 51, 52, 54, 55, 57, 58, 59, 66, and 69. These are from division B, absent numbers. Those who just joined, you people can tell me your roll numbers. If your attendance is clear, all you people can leave from both divisions, division A and division B. You people can leave. Next time, you people will finish future tense, and one quiz will be there. Simple quiz based on tense. Those who student just join, I think that Prasad, you people, you have joined. What is your roll number, Prasad? 65. Okay, you are there.
65.
Okay, yes, Prasad. With Prasad, who were the other students who joined from division B? I think one or two there. Immediately tell me your roll numbers, those who just joined. Otherwise, there is no use of joining right now. I think that who's that Android blue droid? I'm going to remove. It is not responding. B42 is there. Okay. Sudarshan. Sudarshan, you have to join in time. Don't join at the end. I don't know what happened with you. Okay. Again, who joined with Sudarshan right now? Someone there who just joined. You people can leave. All of you can leave. Okay. So should I end this meeting for all?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
Have you
sir.
2 minutes, sir?
Yes.
Small doubt.
Yes, I have. Fine.
Sir, when to use could, would, sir, please explain in Marathi, sir.
Okay. All right. Could and would. हे या दोन्ही बद्दल थोडंसं म्हणजे कधी कधी असं आपल्याला वाटतं की कुड, कॅन आणि कुड म्हटलं की कॅन हे प्रेझेंट मध्ये आणि कुड हे पास्ट मध्ये आहे असं वाटतं. सो वी मे हॅव कन्फ्युजन लाईक दिस. सेम विथ विल आणि वूडच्या बाबतीमध्ये. विल आणि वूड. तर कुड हे मॉडल ऑक्झिलरी आहे की ज्यामध्ये आपण एखादी गोष्ट पोलाइटली करायची असेल, रिक्वेस्ट करायची असेल ते दाखवण्यासाठी किंवा ॲबिलिटी दाखवण्यासाठी. पहिल्यांदा आपण ॲबिलिटी बद्दल बोलू. ॲबिलिटी म्हणजे क्षमता. मी काहीतरी करू शकतो, मी काय करू शकायचो, भूतकाळातली ॲबिलिटी ही आपण कुडनी दाखवतो. समजा कॅन आहे, आय कॅन सिंग अ सॉन्ग, मी गाणं गाऊ शकतो, ही माझी ॲबिलिटी क्षमता आहे. हे वर्तमान काळामध्ये. आणि ते जर भूतकाळामध्ये, समजा मी लहान होतो आणि त्यावेळेस मी पोहू शकत होतो, आय कुड स्विम, ही भूतकाळातली ॲबिलिटी. हा एक यूज झाला. ओके, कुडच्या बाबतीमध्ये. तसं अजून कुडचा वापर रिक्वेस्ट देण्यासाठी. कुठली रिक्वेस्ट? तर पोलाइट रिक्वेस्ट. आणि त्यामध्ये क्वेश्चन असतो. कसा? कुड यू गिव्ह मी अ पेन?
Sir, some students are in waiting room because of network issue.
आय थिंक राईट नाव देर इज नो वन इन वेटिंग रूम. पुढचं लेक्चर कुठलं आहे आता? पुढचं लेक्चर जॉईन केलं का तुम्ही?
It is break, sir.
ब्रेक
Up
टाइम
to
आहे ना?
12:15, yeah.
ओके. हां. सो राईट नाव देर इज नो वन इज इन वेटिंग रूम. आणि जे कोणी वेटिंग रूम मध्ये असतील ते मला इथं दिसतं सगळे. ओके. तर सेकंड यूज, पहिल्यांदा एक यूज हा ॲबिलिटी, दुसरा यूज हा रिक्वेस्ट.
That request in which tense? I mean, talking about present.
प्रेझेंट टेन्स. हा, आता सध्या कुड यू गिव्ह मी, आता माझ्या समोर एखादी व्यक्ती आहे आणि मला त्याला रिक्वेस्ट करायची, कुड यू गिव्ह मी अ पेन असं म्हणू शकतो. की अजून पोलाइटली प्लीज पण वापरलं तर चालतं. कुड यू प्लीज गिव्ह मी अ पेन. आणि हे वर्तमान काळामध्ये आहे, त्यामुळे कुडचा वापर हा वर्तमान काळामध्ये पण होतो आणि भूतकाळामध्ये पण होतो. भूतकाळामध्ये ज्यावेळेस होतोय त्यावेळेस ते फक्त भूतकाळातली ॲबिलिटी, आय कुड स्विम, मी पोहू शकायचो, असा त्याचा अर्थ होतो. आणि आय कॅन स्विम, मी पोहू शकतो आता सध्या, असं त्याचा अर्थ होतो.
तिथं आपण कॅन यू गिव्ह मी अ पेन असं नाही का म्हणू शकत?
म्हणू शकतो. ज्यावेळेस आपण कॅन यू गिव्ह मी अ पेन असं जर म्हटलं तर त्याचा अर्थ थोडासा वेगळा म्हणजे थोडंसं इनफॉर्मल. समजा तुम्ही क्लोज फ्रेंड्स आहात, जवळचे मित्र आहात, तर त्या केसमध्ये तुम्ही कॅन वापरू शकता. कॅन यू गिव्ह मी अ पेन असं म्हणू शकता. आणि कुड म्हटलं तर मग ते थोडंसं पोलाइट, समजा एखादी फॉर्मल सिच्युएशन असू शकते किंवा थोडीशी एल्डर व्यक्ती असू शकते किंवा स्ट्रेंज व्यक्ती किंवा आपण जास्त ओळख नाहीये, तर त्या केसमध्ये कॅन यू गिव्ह मी अ पेन हे थोडंसं अरोगंट वाटू शकतं किंवा इनफॉर्मल आहे ते. त्यामुळे कॅन यू गिव्ह मी अ पेन असं नाही म्हणायचं, तर कुड यू गिव्ह मी अ पेन असं म्हणायचं. म्हणजे समजा
Yes.
यू आर इन द बँक, तुम्ही बँकमध्ये आहात आणि बँकमधले काही आपले सगळे ओळखीचे नाही आहेत तिथं, आणि तुम्हाला तुमच्याकडे पेन नाही आणि तुम्हाला तुमच्या समोरच्या एखाद्या व्यक्तीकडून घ्यायचं आहे, तर त्या केसमध्ये जर तुम्ही कॅन यू गिव्ह मी अ पेन असं जर म्हटलं तर दॅट डज नॉट साऊंड ओके. म्हणजे ते थोडंसं इन्फॉर्मल. तुम्ही तुमचा नेहमीचा मित्र आहे, त्याला त्याच्याकडून पेन घ्यायचा असेल तर तुम्ही कॅन यू गिव्ह मी अ पेन असं म्हणू शकता, विचारू शकता त्याला. पण अशा सिच्युएशन मध्ये तुम्ही थोडंसं पोलाइट आणि फॉर्मल व्हायचं असेल तर ते आपण कुडनी म्हणू शकतो. हे झालं कुडच्या
Yes.
बाबतीमध्ये. त्यानंतर आता विल आणि वुडच्या बाबतीमध्ये आपण बघू. वुड शोज समथिंग दॅट यू डीड इन द पास्ट. म्हणजे भूतकाळामध्ये एखादी गोष्ट आपण करत होतो असं, किंवा पास्ट हॅबिट म्हणू आपण. भूतकाळातली सवय वुडनी दाखवू शकतो. आणि रिक्वेस्ट पण दुसरा यूज जो आहे तो रिक्वेस्ट. म्हणजे रिक्वेस्ट करण्यासाठी तुम्हाला नंबर ऑफ वेज आहेत इंग्लिशमध्ये. तुम्ही कॅननी रिक्वेस्ट करू शकता, मेनी रिक्वेस्ट करू शकता, कुडनी करू शकता, वुडनी पण करू शकता. ओके, त्यातल्या जास्त पोलाइट असेल तर ते कुड आणि वुडनी करू शकतो. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, वुड यू माइंड क्लोजिंग द डोर. इथं काय करतो आपण, वी आर मेकिंग रिक्वेस्ट, म्हणजे त्या एका व्यक्तीला दार बंद कर असं सांगायचंय. पण जर मी म्हटलं क्लोज द डोर असं म्हटलं तर ते काय होणार आहे, इट इज अ काइंड ऑफ ऑर्डर. तर मग मी कुणाला असं म्हणू शकत
Yes.
नाही क्लोज द डोर. मग असं दुसऱ्या केसमध्ये मी असं म्हटलं कॅन यू क्लोज द डोर असं म्हटलं चालतंय, पण ते मगाशी सांगितलं तसं कसं होणार आहे, ते थोडंसं इन्फॉर्मल आणि पोलाइट नाहीये. मग त्या केसमध्ये मी जर असं म्हटलं वुड यू माइंड क्लोजिंग द डोर, ही जास्त पोलाइट झालं आणि जास्त फॉर्मल पण झालं. त्यामुळे ज्यावेळेस आपल्याला समोरच्या व्यक्तीकडून काम करून घ्यायचं असेल किंवा आपल्याला चांगल्या पद्धतीने त्यांना अप्रोच व्हायचं असेल किंवा आपलं इम्प्रेशन चांगल्या पद्धतीने क्रिएट करायचं असेल तर आपण हे असं म्हटलं पाहिजे, वुड यू माइंड क्लोजिंग द डोर.
Will you हे इनफॉर्मल झालं का सर? मग
नाही नाही, विल यू पण होऊ शकतो, विल यू क्लोज द डोर पण चालेल.
डिफरन्स काय आहे विल यू आणि वुड यू
विल यू आणि वुड यू मध्ये वुड हे मोर पोलाइट असेल, विल यू हे पण पोलाइट आहे, फॉर्मल आहे, विल यू क्लोज द डोर पण मोर पोलाइट, विल यू पेक्षा वुड यू जास्त पोलाइट असेल.
येस सर.
असं. आणि
आणि सर ते
येस बोला.
तुम्ही सांगितलं की ते हॅबिट साठी आपण वापरतो आय कुड स्विम. ते त्याच्याऐवजी आय युज्ड टू स्विम, ह्या दोघांचा डिफरन्स काय आहे? आय युज्ड टू स्विम अँड आय कुड स्विम.
देयर इज नो डिफरन्स, कुठलंही वापरलं तर चालेल. आय कुड स्विम हे ॲबिलिटी दाखवतं, आपण वुडच्या बाबतीमध्ये बघतो. कुड नाही, कुड ही पास्ट ॲबिलिटी असेल. इथं आपण इथं घेऊ. आणि इथं एखादी अशी ऍक्टिव्हिटी पास्ट हॅबिट असते की जी भूतकाळामध्ये चालू होती पण आता सध्या नाहीये. आय वुड स्विम वेन आय वॉज यंग असं घेऊ आपण.
येस.
म्हणजे मी लहान होतो त्यावेळेस मी पोहायचो, आता मी पोहतो का, आता नाही. तर डिसकंटिन्युड हॅबिट आहे ही. जी हॅबिट आहे ना डिसकंटिन्युड, म्हणजे भूतकाळामध्ये ती सवय चालू होती पण आता सध्या तसं नाही. आणि इथं तुम्ही रिप्लेस करू शकता. जर तुम्हाला वाटलं आय वुड असं म्हटलं तर चालतंय, नसेल युज्ड टू सेम. आय युज्ड टू स्विम वेन आय वॉज यंग, सेम मिनिंग. आय वुड स्विम वेन आय वॉज यंग, सेम मिनिंग.
ओके सर, थँक्यू सर.
ओके, अजून कोणाला काही क्वेश्चन आहेत का? If not, then should we close? Should I end this class?
येस सर.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Thank you for joining today. Do join for next class also. And thank you, Nikita, for coming with a lot of questions and responses. And maybe always all other students also, you people can learn. All you people just try to be ensure that it is your responsibility that you are learning. It should not be rote learning. It should not be passive learning that you are just getting connected and listening passively. you may be understanding it, but still you have to be interactive, and it makes me very interesting. Okay, personally for me, when you people ask questions, when you people respond, when you people maybe this is kind of interaction make it very interesting for me also. So I'm very happy for this class also, your class also. But somewhere because of strength, I think that maybe not possible to have interaction with all people, but you people take lead, uh, come ahead, don't hesitate, don't feel shy, nervous to ask questions. Okay, and I'm expecting that you shouldn't hesitate that I have to ask in question in English, so you can ask in Marathi also, that will be okay, fine for me. So I will end this meeting and will join next time.